Hello, I'm Carmen. I have been barista, head roaster, head barista, CEO, owner, roaster, or head roaster of SlowMov. I started with specialty coffee in Paris 8 years ago. I was working in a coffee shop with a barista from Melbourne. Was the first person who taught me and showed me what was a coffee, a specialty coffee, and they were working with Coutume coffee. So I started to work in this coffee shop, and then I started to work with Coutume. I started to learn how to roast from Antoine Etienne and the Coutume team in Paris. So it was my first second contact with specialty coffee, and I was working for them for like year and a half, and then with François we decided to move to Barcelona, to my hometown, and to create a strange project called SlowMov that was about coffee, but was also about other products, and also about telling people what is behind products like coffee, like cheese, like milk, like honey, and other daily products that that you use. No, François is on the back.
Hi, François. Yeah, because the slow movement I learned was sort of, to put it simply, like third wave coffee. It's the same attitude, but with food products.
I discovered that in Paris. When I discovered coffee, I discovered beer breweries, I discovered lateral wine producers, I discovered lots of people passionate about what they were doing. And for me, it was the same. Exactly. I decided just to work with coffee because I had more experience on that. But I always say that I can be finishing doing wine or bread. I think we are in the same dimension.
Yeah.
All those products and producers. So yeah, that's it. Surely the history of SlowMov. So I started in Paris with Coutume and with other people around. And yeah, we decided to move to Barcelona because it was easier for us. We know with more the people and the bureaucracy and things like that. And for us, it was more easier to do it here in Barcelona. And also because in Barcelona, it was a moment in 2014, that was still starting the coffee scene, specialty coffee scene in Barcelona and in Spain.
When we first visited you guys in 2014, and we talked about the specialty coffee scene, I remember you told me how beware of people who seem like they're specialty coffee, but they're not really. How do you feel about the coffee scene today compared to 6 years ago when we talked about it?
Okay. It evaluates a lot. Like it has been quite fast in Barcelona because it's vibrant. It's like really it's a dynamic and you can describe Barcelona. It goes quite fast. It's a city that is attractive for tourism. So I think that many businesses were open for that, for only for tourism, and now it's been a moment that is crucial for them. So I think that there is a specialty coffee that they are like 50% or more for tourism, and others that are more local. And I think that now with all that is happening in Spain, that we are not having a lot of tourists or nothing, the scene, it will change, or it will be a little bit different.
About the KOROMII. So did you visit the farm for this one? Was there any direct contact with them?
I was in 2018 in Ethiopia for the season, but and we started to work with exporters and direct, like local exporters that were selecting coffee. KOROMII, it has been by through one of those exporters called Klima and Soko Group, that they are working together. So Soko Group it's also owned by locals, Ethiopian locals. Klima is a mixed cultures, but Soko Group is a group who is in charge to develop permaculture and biodynamic practice on the area of Shekiso. So they're really like focus on sustainability and organic production, and really like selection for specialty coffee, but really focus on coffee production and on techniques, permaculture techniques and biodynamics. So I think that is one of the paths that makes KOROMII so special, because it's a tasty and it's a good quality coffee, and it's also organic certified. So for me, it's a perfect mix, because I have been in a trouble sometimes to find organic certified coffees that were so good, because sometimes they put money on certification and not on quality or process. So I'm super happy to work with Soko Group, because they are mixing both. And this is the example of a good work of good techniques and good coffee and good process, and just meaningful, to be meaningful as well. Yeah. On the future of coffee, because if not, we're gonna finish with coffee also if we are producing in a bad way, coffee. So I think it's also not thinking in the world and in ecology, it's also thinking on the future of coffee.
A quick tip on the KOROMII. What's your favorite way to brew it?
It's an AeroPress. And the recipe is 1995 grams of coffee, 4 to 40 to 30 grams of water. Not too coarse, the grain, the coffee. I think it's around, yeah, we stir, so we add like 20 grams of water, we stir, and then we wait till 2 minutes, 2 minutes and a half, more or less. I think it's correct. But we used to stir, that is a little bit the touch. And why AeroPress? Because it's a coffee that was, I think the most interesting part of this coffee is the body and the end, the acidity that appears at the end. And it's like a Riesling grape, or it's really like a sweet acidity. That is the thing that I love the most in coffees. When your mouth is kind of, I don't know what is more, like sweet or acid, and it's this kind of explosion in your mouth that is interesting at the end. And I think that AeroPress is a good way to brew, to obtain and to get this final taste, because it's not too coarse. I think that we can use medium size grind.
I feel like you enjoy coffees that have these very delicate flavor notes, that you sort of seek out the coffees, like you say, that tell the terroir story more than the process. Can you just tell me about your philosophy and why you enjoy these kinds of coffees?
We buy coffees that we love to have them, to grow them, and to drink them. So just that is the first thing. But then we have also other coffees, because we have a market, and it's a Spanish market. So we have also coffees that are more chocolatey, more nutty, less floral and subtle. But our favorites are those. We have always like a range of Ethiopian coffees, because really like we love those coffees, and we find this subtlety and elegancy.